if you want to teach compassion, all you can do is be compassionate and love.
I know that we are not talking here about rocket science, but honestly, life is not about rocket science. Life is about simplicity. Life is about being genuine, like we say, and raw. And life is about creating spaces where everybody feels comfortable and where you start shining and vibrating more and more. And even between countries, even between levels or states of being, this can travel and get you. And I'm going to put the example of someone maybe from Erin's family or someone from my family that might be now sleeping somewhere else in another country. They can get that. They can get that vibration. It doesn't only go through walls, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is proven more and more. How do you prove that, Ismael? Well, because when I'm doing these sort of things, people that might not have talked to me in ages, they call me, and the more I raise my vibration, the more people try to contact you. For some reason, I come as a memory to themselves, and I come as a feeling inside them. And then they say, I'm going to check in Ismael to see how he's going, how are things going. And these things are there. They are connecting us.
Yeah, and we've got this proven in quantum physics. Like quantum science shows that when there are two atoms that were bonded together, they have a relationship, they know each other. And when you separate them and bring them to the other side of the universe, and if you do something to one, it happens instantly to this one, even though it's on the other side of the universe.
Exactly.
There is no time, there is no distance. And so that bonded pair, that atoms that I'm talking about, we are all bonded because we're all made of the same substance. And that's how we feel each other. Like we know this in science now. And it's just about people talking about it enough for us to even just ground that and understand it.
Yeah.
It's happening.
And if your mind at this point that you might be watching this video, your mind doesn't get this completely, do not worry about it. Mm-hmm. Just all these quantum things that we are saying now, put them there like in a standby. Yeah. Do not accept them if you don't understand them, but do not chuck them in the bin if you don't understand them. Yeah, just leave them there like in a standby mode, and start from simplicity. Practice simplicity. Practice simplicity in all aspects of your life, and you will see that eventually these things that might sound more abstract or more complex start happening in your life. But because Erin and I, we believe in this, not only magically, we believe in this because we are living this. That's why we are today determined to say this in public. Maybe it took us some years to process it, to experience it, because we have our doubts as well, and we had to go through the process. But eventually we saw that repetitively happening so often that we understood it. This is a fact. This is something happening. Actually, I've been doubting about it for a long time, but now life is giving me a fact. And then when I meet my sister Erin, when I meet my sister Melissa, when I meet my brother Wesley, they also experience that. So it's a confirmation, it's a collective confirmation here, and you will see that. But you just need to go to the first steps of sometimes even pushing yourselves a little bit, not harshly, not like from an unpleasant pressure, no, but go and do these things like Erin said, do these things that you like, that makes you feel excited about, like painting, or maybe for you it's dancing, or maybe for you it's canoeing, or maybe for you something else, playing basketball, like for me. It changes, for every person changes, but it doesn't matter. The ingredient is excitement. If you put excitement and you bring action with excitement into your life, whenever you're feeling low, you're going to see that you are your own magician, that you are your own doctor, that you are your own psychologist, and that you are the one really taking you from those dense levels to a higher vibrational levels of frequency. And this is in your hands every day, in every moment.
Yeah.
And life change if you want it to change, really.
Yeah, totally true. And like, I always feel like I've always been guided my whole life, but then there's a part of me that knows that that's me guiding me. Like, it's my higher self guiding me, right? Like, I've been leading myself home this whole time. And that's where this beautiful, like, when you realize and really feel that it's been you leading you this whole way, this softening and this self-love just pours all over you, because you've always been in there, right? You've always been in there and witnessing everything. And when all the pieces kind of come together and you're like, wow, like even just like how pieces of our childhood will fit into what you're doing as an adult. It's just breathtaking to see how perfectly planned out it was. And yes, it's the universe, but it's also you leading you home. And there's a beautiful feeling to that. When you really tune in, it's like, that's been me, right? Like whether future me or higher consciousness me, it doesn't matter. It's still me.
It's you.
Yeah. And it's just that connection to yourself and that connection to your higher self. And I believe that we're all multidimensional, where we have different fractals of us living in many different dimensions. So there's all these pieces of us that want to come in and be complete, right? So it's about getting to know yourself. And once you get to know yourself on this level, there's another level to discover. And there's another level to discover. And so yes, yeah, I really do believe it. Like, you know, the tree of life that's in like Jewish religion, the tree of life with all the circles and the dots. I really see us, I really see us having this tree of life version of us, where there's all these different dimensional aspects of us, and it's all gonna, you know, like it's about self-discovery and finding out who we are on all these different layers, and they all want to be embodied here on Earth, right? Which is kind of exciting, which is why this vessel that we're in is so important. Because again, sometimes we think, oh, we're just human, and all these beautiful beings that I talk to are so advanced. And they are, and it's true.
Yeah,
but you are an advanced piece of biological engineering, and your body was designed to hold high amounts of consciousness that no other being can hold in physicality. Right? I believe that once you attain, like at least the star beings that I know, once they attain a certain level of consciousness, they're no longer material, they're more energy beings, where the human body was designed to hold such a high level of consciousness in physicality. So we can experience this, so we can feel what 12th dimensional consciousness would be like in a human body, in physicality, in material. So it's very sacred. Like, you know,
very sacred.
Yeah, it is.
Give you a sense of continuation, because it goes up and up. And what you are doing as you are raising your frequencies, it will give you that sense of, wow, yeah, I met Erin, we have a conversation, but why today I'm talking to her, and it feels like it's exciting, it's still exciting, and it's like a never ending. It's when you open up, it's really that is going to tell you that you are open. When you come across with someone that you could speak forever, often when we are in these light languages groups, we say goodbye because we've been there 5 hours, And sometimes, yeah, maybe less, 3 hours, but we are a considerable period of time that usually maybe with another activity we wouldn't do or spend like and why this happened just because we go from one point of expansion to another point of expansion, and from one level of frequency to another level of frequency, and then we go to levels where it's mind-blowing, like we've been experiencing more and more lately. That is really mind-blowing. It's really like this is not only a gathering anymore. This is not only a light language group anymore. This is something that goes beyond understanding that, yeah, when you are doing all this process of publishing the flyers, spreading the word around the media, the social media, yeah, all of that tells you that, yeah, this is a group of all of that. But once we are there, we feel like it's something that honestly start step by step, guys, from the most simple place, which is to be naturally human, and that's what we are, and that's how we find happiness from basics, from the most basic things, from going back to our essence everywhere. From the moment you start acting from simplicity, from authenticity, you will see that everything come into place naturally. Everything is like being guided, not by a demon here or an angel here. It's just a sense of living, a sense that takes you into the right directions, and you just flow. You just need to let yourself flow, trust the moment, trust the people that you are collaborating with. Give them a chance, at least give them a chance. I'm not saying that you shouldn't discern. Use your discernment at all time, or honestly do it, but give them a chance as well. Don't let the mind prejudge before starting that experience with them, because that's something that we've been programmed to do, and we are missing incredible experiences with people that are around us, and they don't come accidentally to your lives. People who you come across with, they don't come accidentally. I tell you that, guys. This is not only something that I channel or that I dream of. I have asked in quantum hypnosis sessions, I got confirmation from people from Africa, from people from Canada, from people from US, everywhere around the world, all the people that come to these sessions. Once again, when I go to the subconscious tells me the same in each person. So it's telling me that we are the same. So, and these things are happening to all of us in the same way. So it's not only you anymore. So to me, the quantum hypnosis played this role, like putting the let's say like the cherry on the cake. It's just what I needed to get all the confirmation that I needed, and I do it by being a facilitator to others, by helping them to get those answers from their subconscious. So in that way, they ask questions that I don't even ask myself, and magically they are asking for things that I will ask also. Yes. And then I discover things myself without even putting the intention, and they are all confirmations. Yes. And that's why I get also support from the other dimensions to say and come out and say, this is, guys, this is, honestly, we are not telling you this from a fantasy that we have in our mind. We are telling you this from our self-experiences. And we have been already for a while, not only on Earth, in many other lifetimes. And we are taking all that knowledge, all that wisdom, and we are bringing it here.
Yes.
So this is how magical we are. And this is happening to everyone, no exception. There is no exception. Nobody's an exception. Whether you believe that that person is awakening or not.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because even light workers are discriminating a lot people who are not awakened. And the fact that someone is working as a lawyer, or someone is working in business, or someone is working in something else disconnected from what we do as light workers, doesn't mean that those people have not important roles to do in this planet.
Absolutely.
They have important roles, and that's why you can do what you are doing here, because thanks to them, you can be here also doing what you're doing. So everybody is complementary, really. And these people, when they come and they have a session with me, when we go and tap into the subconscious, we get the same information that from a spiritual person. So that means there is no difference from being awake as we perceive of being awake, and not being awake from what we perceive that is not to be awake.
Yes. Even in Dolores Cannon's books, she'll say about how one time a woman came up to her and just kind of said, I want a session with you, and gave a business card. But the woman was so normal and just so like, I don't know, I just feel like maybe you have something. And Dolores is like, I'm so busy. Like, what am I going to do? But sure enough, the universe or fate will work it out. So this person comes back up to her mind. And so Dolores would trust that instincts. But the woman anyway ended up getting a session with Dolores. And the information that came through was like otherworldly. And yet this woman was a very successful 3D person, where she was a businesswoman, lawyer, like she was all of these things, never would have showed interest into anything that was spiritual or hypnosis, but she just felt like she was important for Dolores. Sure enough, all this information came out of her. And then after that information came out of her, that woman probably just carried on and lived her life the best way that she knew possible, right? So yeah, these levels of awakening, we're all very high level souls on the planet at this time. If you're on Earth right now during this ascension cycle, you are definitely an advanced soul. And
so don't feel discriminated by some other people who says, if you have this ability, you are awakening. If you have this other ability, you're going to New Earth and you're gonna feel stuck on that. Please do not fall into this, because this is also, once again, something created by the mind, really, only by the mind, by this thing that we have programmed to separate and consider that some people are more important than the others.
Right.
We don't share that, Erin and I, we don't share that. We share that all of you are incredible lights, honestly, whether you are more in touch to these things that we are talking about, or whether you are not. There is no discrimination in the world of light, really.
And that's it. So, and I hear it as there's no hierarchy. Like
there is no hierarchy.
Yeah.
And even if you hear from people, no. Yes, there is a hierarchy between angels. There are angels, archangels, seraphims. Yes, there is what we could call as humans hierarchies. But in the way they experience the word hierarchy, it's not in the same way that we experience the word hierarchy on Earth.
Yeah.
For them, they don't have different importance, levels of importance.
Structure of the universe. They don't, it's just structure.
It's just a different function, let's say. Maybe Archangel Michael is more dedicated to protect people, but Azrael is maybe more dedicated to transmute the energies, and maybe Raphael is more dedicated to heal people. But that doesn't make Raphael more important than Michael or Azrael. Everybody has a role. So please start breaking through this conceptual understanding of what hierarchy really means. It's not the old-fashioned hierarchy. We have already to transcend that word also and understand the other heavenly hierarchy that we all know that exists there, and it's not translatable exactly to the same word that we have here to the world that they have in heaven. And if we are bringing heaven to earth, that means that we need to change the word here on earth, and maybe give it another meaning. Maybe we don't have to change the word, but maybe we can change the way we perceive that and say, this is not making someone less than another person. This is just making order, understanding that that person have that role, and that other person have that other role, and period. Nothing else. Nothing is worse. Nothing is better. Everything is great. It's great because thanks to Michael, Uriel can do the role of Uriel, and thanks to Uriel, Gabriel can be doing and accepting souls, transcending to another level, and everybody has something to do there. And the same thing is here on earth, and we need to understand earth as it is really, because it's already heaven. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be. Maybe you don't see it as such just yet, but this will happen. This will happen because it's already vibrating consciously in our hearts. It's not anymore a concept. It's a knowing. And when a knowing is much more powerful than a concept. Transform the concept. And this is expanding. This is expanding, and it's expanding. Everybody's transforming even the meaning and the conceptual meanings of what we have been using. Words or the conceptual meanings of words that we have been using in the past, they are going to become obsolete, and they are going to upgrade also in a meaning or conceptual way, because they are going to adapt also to the new era, no? The new period, the Aquarius, no?
Yeah. A new age, they call it. Yes, a
new age, exactly. The new age. And love, just checking. You need to go?
I'm getting a little bit at that point, so yeah, maybe we can wrap it up.
Yeah, because your child came a couple of times.
A million times, and then I got my older girl to make the popcorn, but
so that is something that they wouldn't miss, would they?
No,
I'm gonna stop this then. So yeah, guys, enjoy this. I hope that you really love this and you enjoy it. We will do many more if Erin feels like it, obviously with her permission. And we will flow and see what happens. Maybe I'm saying this, but maybe no, we don't do anything, but we will do other things anyway. And we are on Thursdays in these light languages groups. If you want to come, it's 8:30 UK time. Now during summer is BST. You find the time by BST, that stands for British Summer Time, because it's a little bit confusing from the moment that we change the hour, and the internet is still, the Google still doesn't get that really right. I have been having a lot of people getting 1 hour earlier, 1 hour later in my group. So I'm just saying this for you guys there. If you want to come and meet us there, we will be there. We are there every first, second, and third week of the month. In the fourth week, we use it to rest and to do other things. I'm not resting. Erin is not resting. This is our passion. This is our love. But we are doing other creative work around. So thank you, and I hope that you enjoy. And thank you, Erin, so much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here. Thank you. And I think that someday you and I should do more like music making or singing or something, that maybe in the future we'll have a little bit of a collaboration.
I'm 100% up for
right?
it.
I really feel that with
100%.
tones and everything, and I think that that would just be nice to let that flow.
Yeah.
If you want to teach compassion, all you can do is be compassionate and love.